So, to align to the highest timeline, we first of all need to understand that we create our reality vibrationally, and the frequency we emit is what we receive back. So, to shift to the most aligned timeline, to the highest timeline, to our most amazing reality version of Earth, we need to raise our frequency as high as possible into the love light dimensions, and then begin to radiate that frequency out to reality to create the ultimate timeline. So to do this, we need to create center and balance within our being. And so we have this idea of the chakra body. We have these 7 energy centers within our system that create our energy body, who we truly are, a more accurate description of who we are, because we are energy beings ultimately. And the idea is that we need to balance all these chakra bodies to create the most centered high vibrational frequency we can. And so this is often a process of emotional healing, like looking at issues like lack of self-worth, fear of abandonment, rejection, jealousy, greed, all this stuff that we have going on within our lower energy systems, and begin to identify where they emanate from within our lower energy systems, and go through a transformation process of making aware the negative beliefs, allowing them to come to the surface, and using some sort of healing technique to transmute and let go, and allow the energy centers to rebalance with their natural states and their natural frequencies and their natural stability. And as we begin to rebalance our energy centers, as we begin to rebalance the root chakra and understand that we are powerful creators of our reality, as we begin to rebalance our sacral chakra and understand that we have infinite self-worth because we are divine beings of God and we have our own unique gifts to bring to this world, and as we begin to rebalance the solar plexus and see that we are valid members of our reality and we all have something to share, and then when we align with our calling and our highest excitement, we can begin to interact with humanity on a higher level and bring value and wisdom and empowerment to ourselves and strength and ability to function in this world on a social level. And as we begin to open up to unconditional love, infinite wisdom, infinite intelligence, and intelligence infinity through the higher chakra bodies, we reharmonize our energy body. Our energy body recenters into the vibrational state that it was initially supposed to resonate on. And what happens when all our chakras line up and activate in this way is it creates the balancing, the harmonization of the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere of the brain. So the left hemisphere of the brain is the male calculating side, sort of the energy that has been controlling our reality for many thousands of years. And the feminine right side of the brain is the intuitive, loving, nurturing, caring, compassionate, growth, love, like the frequency of love embodying in our reality. And so you could kind of say like the right side is like the spiritual side, the love, the compassion, the harmony. And the left side is like kind of the physical side. It's like acting in reality. And if we just use the left side of our brain without the alignment of the right side of the brain, and imbalance, we end up in a planet Earth like today. It's all based on fear, competition, greed, jealousy, everything that's going on Earth today. It's because we're in a patriarchal society where the divine feminine has been suppressed. And intentionally so as well, because many thousands of years ago, these teachings that were passed down through the mystery schools from Atlantis and through to ancient Egypt and the likes, taught this method of activating, aligning and balancing and bringing into balance and harmony the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere of the brain to activate the higher consciousness, to activate the divine within. And of course, controlling powers knew that if everyone's back to activating their own divine awareness and infinite love, they were going to be very hard to control because they wouldn't be living in fear. So it was an agenda by the Christian movement, unfortunately, I'm sure not by Jesus, but by these movements to suppress the divine feminine, suppress the love frequency, suppress the nurturing consciousness, suppress the intuition, the guidance. And see, this is the problem. Without the right hemisphere of the brain, we don't know what we're doing. We have no guidance. We're just kind of fishing around in the dark, trying to fix our reality with our physical hands and our minds. And it doesn't work, because that's not how creation works. Because creation is a divine flow from source that wants to express in certain ways. And it doesn't necessarily want to express in the ways the mind does. And it definitely doesn't want to express in the ways that our current governments are creating in our reality. And so what we need to do is we need to reactivate all our chakra systems, enable the activation and the balancing and the harmonization and equal polarity and usage of the right hemisphere, the intuitive, nurturing, loving, compassionate side of the brain that just wants to love and hold and grow, with the balancing, calculating left hemisphere of the brain that understands how to use this information in physical reality to make it real. So we're not just floating around in an airy-fairy spiritual state, not doing anything. We're actually grounding this love light in reality. We're looking for ways to share compassion. We're looking ways to share love. We're looking for ways to serve humanity. And so this is the secret. So the secret to us shifting to the highest timeline is the ability to embody the highest frequency of love light we can in our reality, and then begin to ground that in physical reality through our actions and through our service to humanity. So this is really the secret. Heal anything out of alignment, bring your body back to center so that you can create the balanced state of the activation of the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere of the brain. And this centers the self in a new consciousness. When your right hemisphere and left hemisphere is fully activated, you become very centered in the present moment, and the divine wisdom and divine love of creation is always accessible in that moment, so you always know which way to act. It's very easy to act upon your highest excitement, because generally the idea is the highest excitement is porting you to the right hemisphere, the feminine brain, the love light consciousness reality. And so once we come to a point of full balance within our being and full activation and harmonization of both left hemispheres and right hemispheres of the brain, we're actually able to channel pure love light divinity into our reality, and our actions then become based on this intense love and light and nurturing consciousness. And when we're emitting that frequency to the world, service to others, through our excitement and passion in the purest, highest love light consciousness, we are then shifting to the highest vibrational state we can attain, and thus creating the highest timeline for ourselves. Shivai, have a wonderful day, guys. Bye.